Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vinita Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys in this week's pep talk and empowerment. Twin flames and their karmic. We're going to dive deep into this topic. This was a viewer's request for me to film something on this a couple of months back, and I sat with it. I did not actually know how to execute it for you guys. It's not something that I am very familiar with myself. I haven't experienced this, so I'll try to do whatever I can to bring justice to this topic, because it is very common for twin flames to deal with karmics, whether your twin flame is with a karmic or you are with a karmic, that sort of thing. But before we actually dive deep into this topic, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit like, share and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos. When you like my videos, it helps the algorithm to circulate it around, and I sincerely appreciate that, as well as for those that are my ongoing supporters. Without you, I won't be able to create any of this content. Your feedback, your love and support is always something that I appreciate on a daily basis. You help me create everything that I have created so far, whether it's my blogs, it's my ongoing daily post on my social media accounts, or here in YouTube. I really appreciate you guys. So and I also want to add that if you want to book any private sessions with me, you can do so as well. Link is in the description box. You can purchase and book directly from my website. So here we go, twin flames and their karmic. Like I said, this was a viewer's request, and she had placed this request a long time ago, about a couple of months, and I didn't get a chance to film it, but here it is. It's here, and I know that you will watch it. Before we dive into the story of today's topic, we're gonna talk about what is karmic. I kind of made some notes here. Actually, to be honest with you, not many notes were made because I don't have much personal experience, so I'm gonna give it to you guys in an intuitive way, and hopefully, I know that I did write an article on it a long time ago, and I will link that so that it will help you guys to get a roundabout idea on the topic itself. But yeah, when it comes to karmic relationships, I don't have too much experience on that subject. So unfortunately, it wasn't a soul contract that I got into in this lifetime so far. Fingers crossed, but we don't know further down if I'm gonna ever experience that. So what is karmic? A lot of people, as soon as they hear the word karmic, or they hear that it seems like a taboo word in the twin flame community. And of course, it doesn't matter if you are on a soulmate contract. If you're drawn to this topic, you are here because you've heard this this term being used in the community, in the spiritual community. What this means is karma. That's all that means. It's derived from the word karma. So how does karma play into karmic relationships? These are all, again, a different kind of soul contract. And before you and your twin flame incarnated, or your soulmate incarnated, however way your dynamics is, you guys wrote soul contracts. So without that, you did not take birth here. They were very precise, and there were certain experiences that you wanted to experience when it came to relationship issues, that sort of thing. Some experiences that you wanted to get out of this twin flame journey. Your twin flame, of course, agreed upon it, and as well as the third party, known as Karmic, that also stepped in and decided that I'm gonna help you guys to achieve it. In the simplest term, that's what that means. And a lot of times, karmic relationship also plays from previous lifetimes where there was a karma that needed to be balanced in this lifetime, and they showed up here in this lifetime to sort of play into the roadblocks. So how this plays is I've seen different kind of stories through people's past life where they if for example, if your twin flame is with a karmic, how this would have played in past life is that you were the karmic in that relationship, and or there was something that you had done or caused in that lifetime, and now the tables have turned, and this is kind of presenting to you in a different dynamic. So something like that is scenario one, and there's different variations, different versions of it. Karmic could be also that it could be a parent or a sibling, or a friend or a relative that was there in previous lifetime with you guys, with you and your twin flame, and then decided to come here in this lifetime to give you more lessons, so more soul lessons. So this is, again, if you're diving into your past life, you'll kind of see some of those dynamics kind of make known to you. So it all depends how much work you are able to do to learn that. Another thing is that it could just very be soul contracts. You really wanted to gain certain experiences and some lessons, so you decided to get through those, and then the karmic, your twin flame's karmic or your karmic, decided to play a role in it. So that's the gist of what an actual karmic is. Now, having said that, a lot of people, they still don't understand, if they are in a loving and committed relationship with their twin flame. And even though people that are in the twin flame relationship, they have their issues, they have their roadblocks, and they're all, of course, very, very different from everybody else. It could be distance, it could be parents, it could be children, right? Children from other previous partners, it could be financing, it could be anything. You know what your blocks are when it comes to your twin flame journey. So having said that, when you and your twin flame, you are in a somewhat of a committed relationship, and then you hear that you learn to know that they have cheated on you, that's not any different feeling than when you are in a relationship with somebody and somebody's cheated on you. It's more or less the same type of intense pain that you're gonna get, the betrayal, the fact that they lie to you, right? Because it's anytime your spouse or your partner or even you have cheated on your partner, you're actually basing it on a lie, right? So it all kind of derives from that. So yeah, that hurt is there, and it's not any different. Sometimes people do not understand that twin flames, you at the end of the day, you are still a human being living, you're a spiritual being living a human experience, but you are still a human. And as a human being, you're going to make lots of mistakes, and with that you'll learn some lessons as well. That's just part of learning. This is the way life is. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes a lot of people, they don't understand the fact that their twin flame is also a human being, so they're going to make mistakes as well. A lot of times, a lot of twin flames put their twin flames on a pedestal, and they think that they are not going to make mistakes. And of course, there's some that will just say that they are full of mistakes and they don't do anything right. So there's different ways that your journey will trigger you, whatever way that it presents you, right? So there's no wrong or right on it. It's just that though that's just life, right? It's no different than you dealing with anything else in life. It has its trials and tribulations. So I want to say that if you feel that your twin flame is cheating or something like that, and you learn about it, I only can imagine what that feels like. So the only thing you can do is just breathe through it. The only thing that I can say similarly that I had an experience was my catalyst twin flame, when he was when he had met me. He, a couple of months later, he had also met his partner, right? And when I learned about it, of course, some of the people that I knew in a similar circle knew that he was dating, and I didn't. I learned it on my own. It was just a spiritual thing that it was just that awareness. So and one of the things that I have to say, this is during just our brief connection that we had. I was always paranoid that he was gonna find somebody, and it was probably that inner instinct that I had that he was gonna do this, is gonna do that, right? So I was always afraid of that, and it did manifest, and it did happen, and I was always so insecure about the whole thing. So so I want to say that if that's something that is there in your inner instinct, if you're watching this video and you feel that your twin flame is with somebody else, chances are that's probably what it is, right? So, and if you feel that you are, your twin flame is meeting people but not really dating them, or that kind of scenario, that's probably true as well. It's because it is a spiritual connection. I want to say that a lot of times, you will have an idea that that's happening. So yeah, if that's something that is a telltale sign for you, your gut instinct is saying something, your intuition is saying something, then go with that. And of course, there's going to be a lot of times when you are getting some sort of reading, and the reader will bring up stuff like that, and it's not even there, and it, then you have to go with what your gut instinct is also saying, because you don't want to give in energy to something like that. And if you simply do not know that your twin flame is with somebody, then one of the best advice that I can give you is do not give energy to it, and manifest that situation with like I did with with my catalyst twin flame, where I was constantly paranoid that it actually does come into fruition. So luckily with my twin flame, I never really had to worry about all of that stuff. So that's something that I and that's why I'm saying I've been longer in this journey with my actual twin flame versus my catalyst. So, and I never had to worry about that aspect. If I feel that he's with somebody, it will come to me. So it's something that I know that I'm energetically connected to. So you have to just kind of listen to your own inner guidance and all that sort of thing. So that is one of the things that I think that a lot of people, either they manifest it in a roundabout way because of their fear and not having confidence in their connection or their connection with their twin flame, that sort of thing. They bring it into fruition because, what you think becomes your reality, right? That's just simply law of attraction. It is the law. So, so that is one thing that I want to say, try not to do. And for those that had some suspicion and then it comes into reality, I can totally imagine, how you feel about it, because especially if you've been on our actual relationship and then you learn that this has happened, the best thing that I can do is, and I said this to my viewer that that wanted me to do this video, is to just check with your guides and your higher self what this experience is teaching you, because there's always that lesson that's associated with it. And of course, breathe through the whole thing, because it's never easy. I cannot imagine, because if it hurt as much as it did to learn that my catalyst twin flame was with somebody, I cannot even imagine what it will feel like to learn that my twin flame is in that situation. So I'm just saying. So it's not easy, and some of you will have to give me some of your stories in the comments by you actually commenting on the on this video and sharing your similar experiences. What it'll do is it'll help somebody else to get some insights on how to cope with it. And I think that it's also part of your healing as well, because when you actually write it and share it so publicly in a YouTube platform, not only are you helping somebody, but you're also helping yourself. You're also healing that aspect. So I really encourage you to do that, especially if it's something that is happening to you personally in your dynamics. And I know that a lot of twin flames do have like a third party situation, or they have somebody, either they're with somebody and they haven't been able to pull away from that connection to be with their twin flame, or their twin flame is with somebody. And a lot of times twin flames, I've come across so many clients and so many followers that are in that situation where they they have a twin flame, and the twin flame is married, and they're married to somebody else, and they have children and all that sort of thing. So and the reason why they're stuck in that relationship is because of the children, the financing, the image, because they built all this lifetime of everything, and now they have to give it up for love. So it's something that is very, very hard for them. So some of those things also come in play. Another form of karmic that will show up is parents. If the parents are against the connection, that will show up as a karmic as well. Some people, their karmic relationship will be also just being busy, whether work, business, or career, different kind of goals, right? So which is what my situation is in my current dynamics, where he's just too buried in all that sort of thing to even think about anything else. So yeah, I look at that as well as a karmic, because that's just it's to the point where it is an obsession. So and it kind of wears off on me as well, because I'm the same. I have so many things on the go, and you're just trying to juggle all that stuff, and when you're juggling all those kind of things, I'm saying it from my own experience, I don't have the energy for somebody else. It's just so time consuming, the stuff that I do, and I'm always on a go. I'm always doing something. So and yeah, there's just not enough hours in a day to do what I need to do. So by the time I'm by the time the day's end happens, I'm exhausted. So yeah, that's another reason why a lot of people call that karmic as well, because that's a reality as well of life. So yeah, see how that applies in your connection. You know what that is. I want to say that on the cheating note, what I have noticed is, and it doesn't matter whether you're a twin flame or not, whether you're in that journey, whether you're not in a spiritual journey, it doesn't matter. You can actually notice it with other people as well, your friends and family. One of the things that I've noticed big time is that when somebody is cheated on, it's an ongoing pattern, and it keeps repeating with different connections. So tell me if this is something that you guys have seen, and the reason why that happens to an individual where your partners have cheated on you, doesn't matter whether you've had 5 partners in your lifetime and all 4 of them cheated on you, that kind of thing. It's a pattern. And if it's something that is similar to your journey, then you need to go within and see why this is being played out, because it is a pattern, and there is some aspect of that you need to heal in order for that not to occur again, or you're not going to attract that kind of partner again. It's the same idea as if you are meeting people, or your prospect relationships that you want to have. Another one would be the unavailable partner, right? It doesn't matter, it's not gender specific. It could be unavailable women, it could be unavailable men, and what that means is that you keep finding these partners that are not available to be in a loving, committed relationship with you, or they don't want to have a relationship with you, and you constantly have to you see that kind of pattern with all your relationships, right? So if this is something that's happening where you've seen a pattern in your life, then look into it and see why this is being played out like that. Every time you meet somebody and you find that they're not available for you after a few intense moments, and then they pull off and they don't want to pursue the relationship, that's another thing. Or if you are in a relationship and you find that you're getting cheated on, so look at the pattern. It's very, very important to do that. And of course, for those that want to actually get you want to dissect that more, you can always book with me, and we can go over all those things. But that's something that you need to understand, that if the patterns are happening all the time, there is a reason for it, and you need to figure out why this is being presented to you the way it is. Chances are that there's areas where you need to heal, and there's some unconscious or subconscious trauma that's there that you haven't had a chance to uncover or unveil. And it could be also a past life trauma that's sitting there. It could be a childhood trauma that's sitting there. It could be conditioning of some sort where your parents or your aunt or uncle or your ancestors, planted in your mind. It could be anything. And it's always a good idea to heal that aspect. And it's not that easy to heal, especially when you don't know what you're healing. It's totally subconscious, because if you knew that aspect to heal, then of course you would have healed it by now. and you wouldn't be watching this video. So yeah, it kind of talked about the healing aspect and how to heal. One of the things that you can do is try to do inner child work, because I feel that somewhere it's deriving from self-love. Everything in life derives from self-love. It's kind of crazy how that works. So you want to dive into your self-love and keep working on that, because when you get that aspect healed, or you're trying to heal that aspect, it's going to really, really help. For those that do not have the funds or something like that, some of you are viewers that are not as not as fortunate to be able to take my 21-day self-love course. It is $21, but for some reason some people find that too pricey. So if that is the case, then I would say look at some self-love guided meditations that are on YouTube. I know that I have a few that are there that, just doing that on a daily basis will also help you to take that that layer off, right, where you need to heal. So that's one of the ways that you can heal. So you want to dive into the inner child healing aspect. Sometimes counseling will help for those that have some sort of psychologist or counselor that can help you through it. It's a good idea to do that, especially if you are in a relationship with your twin flame, and you can get couples counseling, that kind of thing. Those things do save marriages. So I want to say that that's going to also help you to do that as well. So look into some sort of counseling with your partner, because that will help you to move forward with the relationship, especially if the cheating happened and it's no longer there. It kind of was one of those things that happened, and then now this calmer waters, and things have kind of, the dust has settled so far, now at this stage, right? And then you want to take some counseling, because even though the dust has settled and you guys have sorted out the relationship part, the hurt and the anger is all there. So you need to heal that aspect, and a lot of times counseling will definitely help. It has helped so many people, and it doesn't matter whether you are a celebrity, or you're just living a normal life. This happens all the time in relationships where couples find betrayal, right? And a lot of times it could also be from past life, right? Maybe you betrayed your twin flame in some way, and that's how it's, the tables are turned now, and you are living that experience to balance that karma. So yeah, it's many things, and in many ways it's such a broad topic, because everybody has a different take on what that could be in their personal connection, right? Another thing that will help some of you would be finding some books, self-help books that will assist in in this sort of thing, to get you to the next level. Because especially if you find that your twin flame is with somebody, how to cope and how to get to the next level, right? How do you, and I know there's a lot of people that are constantly watching those pick a card readings or twin flame readings that talk about karmic and all this sort of thing. That's unfortunately, that's not going to really help. You can, if you want to for entertainment purposes, but do not use that as an advice, and think that that's going to help you. Try to do a little bit more, more inner work. Self-help books on any subject like that will totally revamp your way of thinking, and it will help you to get to the next level, because that's the whole idea. This has already happened, or it's already happening. How do you get out of that vibration, right? So you need to you need to heal and elevate. So these are some of the tools that will help. Another one that will help is scripting. You know, you can journal. You can journal all your stuff off and see if that's going to help. One of the things that I've mentioned in other videos, if you've heard it, you know, I'm going to say it again because this will apply in here too, especially if you are really, really angry and frustrated with your twin flame. What you can do is write all sorts of things that you want to say to him that are not very nice. And you know, you put that in a book, and then you try to you know, tear off the book and really just burn it, right? So that will really let go of all the anger that's there. And once you do that, you feel a lot better. You can do that as well with a pillow, right? Get a hammer. Right, and just hammer it away. You may have to clean the mess after, but you will feel a lot better after you've done that, or you know, something like that, or you know, boxing, you know, those boxing things, I don't know what they're called, but you know, the boxes, how they use it, so you can go and do that as well. That's gonna release all that pent-up energy that you have that is negative. So these are some of the ideas on this. I don't know whether I made sense. I hope I did in this video. It's not my best one, just because I don't have too much you know, too much experience. Like I said, I've never had issues where you know, I never had issues around trust. I never really had to worry about. There was Catalyst was the only time when I actually had that issue where I felt that, you know, he's just gonna find somebody. But I never had that with you know, with anybody else, and certainly not my twin flame. So it's something that I you know, I'm thankful that I didn't choose to live as an experience, but I can totally resonate with you guys that have gone through this. This was Twin Flame Union. Hopefully you guys got something out of this segment. Stay blessed.